Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today is day 25 of my daily uploads throughout January. I feel so happy that I've made it this far. Can't believe it. But today is DIY on how I made this squishy. So this is obviously an eggs on toast squishy, which is why I ended up making that bacon and egg like brooch back yesterday, because I was making them, I was going to make toast ones, and then I figured I already had this toast squishy in the making and I didn't want to do two toast uploads. So this one here just took a little bit extra, so I had to swap them around. But yeah, this is today's upload. I absolutely love it. It is just a really chunky toast squishy with a little fried egg on there as well. Absolutely love this design. I've made like plushies and all sorts of this like before, but yeah, here's the squishy version. So hopefully you enjoy this video, and I'm just gonna get straight on into it. So as with all of my recent memory foam squishies, I would recommend using memory foam, but my memory foam isn't actually memory foam, it's just regular foam. It is just a seat pad that I bought, but was supposed to be memory foam and it wasn't, but I've been using it anyway and it's just working out the same, just using a few different techniques. So the way that I made this toast squishy was just by drawing out the rough shape using a Sharpie pen onto a piece of foam around about an inch thick. I did cut this down so it did end up being like a little bit kind of choppy on the back, but we won't talk about that. So I just started shaping away, just really smoothing that shape out as much as I could using my scissors. I just kept going and kept going and kept going and cutting away little bits at a time. This took around about half an hour for me to be completely happy with it. I probably could have spent another like half an hour on it, but I thought, you know, I'll just stay here. So once I had that bit, I then took another scrap piece of foam, I cut that down again and then cut it out into the shape of like the fried egg piece. I just smoothed that out and rounded off the edges until I was happy with that piece also. To attach it to the original toast piece, I actually just used fabric glue. This is the glue that I use now for all of my squishy making and things I have to have like flexible glue on for like fabrics and foams. This is amazing stuff, but mine's actually like gone a little bit hard. Well, it's not hard, it's like thickened up low, so it's really hard to get out. It's kind of like gel. So yeah, bear in mind that does happen, so I'd recommend getting the small bottles of Fabri-Tac every time you have one. Anyway, once I had done that, I then cut out another circle of foam and glued that to the egg to make the yolk, and then I just rounded that off once it was stuck down. The Fabri-Tac fabric glue does like bond really quickly. It does take a while to like fully set, but it grips like almost immediately, like within like a couple of minutes or so, and you're ready to go again, which is something I really like about it. So I ended up painting the first like 3 coats of paint on using a blue fabric paint, just because I had loads of blue fabric paint like tubes that I found the other day when clearing out my studio. I found loads of blue tulip slick paint. I'm not sure why, so I've just been using that up for the base colors, and then I've been building on the color like that I want it to be on like the last 2 layers. So I did like 3 layers kind of like a bluey purple color, and then I did 2 layers of the darker orangey brown shade that you've seen there. Once I was completely happy with all that coverage, all the holes were sealed and everything like that, then I went on and painted the actual colors for the rest of the squishy. So I ended up making this light beige color up for like the inside of the bread, and then I painted the egg in a white obviously, and I painted the yolk on in this orangey yellow color, which I really like. I also painted the same kind of bread pattern on the back of the squishy as well. To add the faces on, I actually just took Tulip's slick paint in the black shade and then just painted on the black parts, so like the eyes and the mouth, and then eyes and the mouth of the egg. I then mixed up a very pale pink shade just using the Tulip slick paints again, and I added some blush either side of the eyes on both the egg and the toast, as well as the tongue inside of the toast mouth. Once I had that done, I then added highlights to the eyes, left that dry, and then my squishy was then complete. So this is how the squishy has turned out now that it's all dry. I took the little skew out of the bottom, and I have got a little bit of an indent still there, but I've left the hole just so that I had a little bit more air movement in it, so that it wasn't too slow rising, just because I know sometimes my squishies can be a little bit too slow rising, but really happy with it. I'm happy with the thickness of it. I think it's a really cool kind of like thick chunky toast as opposed to like some bread squishies. Giving it a squish, it is nice and slow, but because I have that air hole down the bottom there that I haven't completely sealed, it isn't too slow. Like, look at that. I actually really like the little face on the egg there as well, and I really like it in contrast with the like double face on the bread, because obviously this one here is really super happy, and then that one there is quite like just like a normal little kawaii face, and I just really like the mix of the two on the same piece. So I think I'm going to use that in a few of my designs going forward. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed today's video, could take away a little bit of inspiration, and I will see you tomorrow for another DIY.